So this is nice. Somebody may have their eye on you, or you have your eye on someone here. Ooh. Yeah, so some of you have closed the door. There's completion. You've closed the door on something. There's been obstacles, challenges, but I feel like you've closed the door. You're coming out of stagnation. The dust is settling. Very nice. And I feel that things are clearer now. Okay? Things are definitely clear. So something is finished. It's completed. Closing the door. But that door is still open a crack, so... We shall see. We shall see. What did the viewers need to know? Yeah, so there's change. Herald of change, the horseman. Somebody is coming in fairly quickly here. So there's an energy of change. Yeah, skywriting. Something here is meant to be. But if you're closing the door on something, it could be where you're just seeing things clearly. It's sort of like rising above the fray, rising above all the chaos, conflict, drama, whatever it may have been. Okay? But things are definitely clearing up. So something here wasn't meant to be. And I feel like you're moving towards something that is. It's written in the stars. It's where things are starting to align up. The stars are aligning. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Wow. Oops. There we have diving into the task. So someone here is definitely going into their emotions, deep into their emotions. But you can see this 10. So something has ended, which means there's this new beginning. Yeah, but there's a lot of this diving into the task. It's diving into those emotions. Someone here has some deep feelings here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the unmarked trail. So this is somebody's having some sort of revelation about their feelings. It has to do with the path that someone's on. So some of you, it could be yourself, where you're now, the dust is settling. You're coming out of a stagnant period. But if it's not you, it's this person. It has to do with the unmarked trail. Where this goes, it's hard to say at this point. Because this is, and I do feel this could be something that somebody you don't know. Okay? Because there's a revelation about this, something emotional. Someone's going very deep into their feelings here. They feel there's some deeper meaning to this connection. So, yeah, you got a person in a hurry here. They're coming in. It's time for change. Change is coming. So let's have a look at the dust devil. Why is this here? It's nice to come out of stagnation. Yeah, this is somebody who's single. They take care of themselves. Very nice. It could be someone who has their eye on you, where they're coming out of stagnation. They see you're single. But just flip the energy if you must. The eye of the eagle. Why is this here? Yeah, someone's going deep into their feelings here. So you can see this is someone here who's going deep into their feelings. This person may be someone who's closing the door on something. There could be a healing, but there was something deeply emotional. I feel there was some sort of confusion, but things are starting to clear up. Yeah. Very interesting energy here. You can see 2 wolves here. The 2 wolves and the moon, howling at the moon. But someone here, like I say, it's about clarity. Someone's clearing things up, clearing things out. They're definitely single. Yeah, you got someone who's very grounded, practical, sensible. So somebody has completed something here. I feel like it's the other person, or you have ended a situation with this person. So let's have a look at the horseman. Yeah, it's a cycle, see? A cycle ending, a new cycle beginning. Yeah, so some of you have closed the door on a cycle. I feel there's someone here that you're leaving behind. And if it's not you, it's them. So the writing in the fates, what's meant to be here. Now there's going to be a bond. Like I feel you got, this is real. There's a windfall of abundance. The timing is right. Things are lining up. It's written in the stars. And this energy of this diving into the task, deep emotional feelings. Someone's going very deep. They feel there's a deep connection here. Yeah, they're really deep diving into their feelings, but it has to do with going down this path. See, making some sort of choice here. Maybe the choice isn't quite made yet, because there is a little bit of confusion up there, but that's where I feel some of you, you're looking at things clearer now. There's a lot of confusion. Okay, a lot of confusion. I do see a possible Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini energy. Some Aquarius and Cancer energy here. Yeah, Tell me about the sky writing. Why is this here? Yeah, so someone's definitely gone through a healing, some very deep emotional healing, some kind of wounds. So someone who isn't quite ready to move. They were pinned down by their thoughts. But you can see it's about clearing something up, clearing things out here. Yeah. So someone definitely dealing with something that was deeply emotional. Yeah, it's time for a new beginning. There it is. It's about choosing the one. Some of you have a choice. You could have someone here where you're just closing the door. But it could be this person too. So like I say, there's definitely several perspectives here. Who is this King of Pentacles? Who is this person? Who is the King of Pentacles? Yeah, it's an Emperor. So they really could be anyone here. Like I say, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Emperor. Just someone who's financially stable. This is someone who's looking into the future. They're planning, preparing. Okay? They're looking at things very meticulously here too. Yeah, someone here is an Emperor. Tell me about this single person. This could be someone who's just finding out you're single too. Yeah, so someone trusting their intuition, their inner knowing. Now you might know who this person is yourself, but this has to do with this person's inner knowing. Yeah, this is someone who knows you're single. They already know you're single. And they're single and you know. So, yeah, this is interesting. And some Pisces energy. Yeah, I like I say, I feel like some of you are no longer interested in someone here. See, I feel like I say there was a lot of confusion. I feel somebody may have kept secrets, things that are hiding, but there's cards of intuition, inner knowing. It's like you just, I feel like you can feel this change, some of you too. You can kind of feel this change. I feel like you're ready for it too, which is interesting. But if you have a person, like I say, thanks but no thanks. Yeah, I feel like I say you're gaining clarity and insight. You're no longer interested in someone here. Yeah. Somebody who is confusing, keeping secrets, hid things. Now tell me about this Emperor. You got a king, or you have a King of Pentacles and an Emperor here too, because I see competition, 5 challenges. But yeah, it's an energy of closing the door. Yeah, some of you may have cut someone out here, but this is where you're seeing the bigger picture. You see, seeing the bigger picture, speaking truth, seeing some kind of truth. Yeah, I feel like you're no longer interested in one of these people. There's 2, ending a cycle with 1. The timing. Okay, windfall of abundance coming in, but I do see somebody healing. Now this is interesting because the star energy is about healing, but it's about someone releasing things that no longer serve them. Okay, something that wasn't meant to be. So some of you have gone through a healing as well. It's in the center, so yeah, it has to do with someone breaking free here. Yeah, it's also an energy of someone who, like, it has to do with planning, long-term planning. It has to do with a victory. So some of you have moved on from someone. You're free. You've healed. You're feeling good. You're feeling positive. And this is why I feel it has to do with making a choice, choosing the right person. I feel like you haven't chosen this yet. Some of you may not even realize this is happening, but I'm pretty sure you know who one of these people is. Maybe even both. Yeah, see, putting on the brakes, taking another look here, but it's about moving on. I feel like you're determined to move on, but you have somebody else coming in. This is why I feel this is really interesting. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Who is this person that's coming in? Who are they? Who are they? They are, yeah, somebody, justice, somebody who's fair, balanced, someone who's just right. They're attractive. Very nice. Yeah, it has to do, yeah. So there's an energy of change. Somebody here who, some of you have moved on from someone who isn't right for you. It's where you're just seeing it. You're getting clarity. They're just not right for you. And this is what I feel. Like, you know. It's like you just know. You could be getting little downloads, little messages, like paying attention to the red flags if somebody comes back around. So like I say, make sure you're, like the Queen of Swords is about the feminine, seeing the bigger picture, putting on the brakes, taking another look. But I feel this is you taking back your power. Yeah, like I say, when some, and it could be like I say, this other person may have put on the brakes, trying to take your power. But what I really feel is you have a person, I feel, who kind of comes in, they come around when they want attention, and when they don't get what they want, they give attention to other people. So I feel like you are taking your attention elsewhere. I feel like it's like you just know that somebody just isn't right for you and you're moving on, but you have a person who's coming in. You're moving to a whole new cycle. I see a bond, a connection here with somebody. I see the Lovers. Yeah, someone just isn't right for you. Yeah, it has to do with lifestyle habits, the way someone conducts themselves. It has to do with whether, see, somebody who's not necessarily faithful or loyal. But the interesting thing is the new cycle. This is someone you're going to be on the same page with. I see an adventure. I see releasing things that no longer serve. You're knowing your worth and your value here too. So, some lessons. There's, some lessons have been learned. So there's somebody here, I feel, who it's more than likely someone who has their eye on you, but it could go the other way. But the energy is justice and balance. It has to do with harmony. See, the stars are aligning. I see harmony between you and another person, but I feel like you've moved on. Yeah, see, you're being really strong, confident, taming that beast, moving on. Okay, because I feel like you want what I feel is you want something long-term and successful. You can see that the situation won't be successful. It's not going to go anywhere. That's the revelation with the unmarked trail, this choice, this path, you see. Yeah, and the interesting thing is, if there is somebody that you cross paths with here and there, and it has to do with a cycle, could be every 10 years, once a year, once a month, cycles, moon cycles basically, as well. But I feel like there's someone here you cross paths with. You've been crossing paths with someone, and this is the one I feel that's meant to be. And I mean, if it's not you thinking this way, it's the other person. But I feel like you have a King of Pentacles. They're stable financially, but I feel there's something that's off. They're just not right. You see, because this is where I feel kind of getting bored of being single, been sticking to yourself, keeping to yourself a little bit here. Things have been very stagnant, but this interesting thing is this completion. So you're completing a cycle. You're moving towards something really, really nice. Yeah, look at that. See, success, victory. See, something long-term. It's about long-term. It has to do with a home. There's a reason to celebrate, so stay strong, be brave, because I do feel you have someone who may be trying to come back around, but I feel like they're just not right for you. So it's sort of like move along, nothing to see here. But you are going to connect with someone because there's change coming in. But this is somebody who comes in, right? And then they do exactly what they did before. And this is where I feel like you're going to know, okay? Because if you've had something on and off with someone, and then all of a sudden you decide to put on the brakes and take off, you take your power back from this person, and then after a while this person comes in. I'm not so sure this is someone who's changed. So one of these people is somebody long-term committed. They want a victory here. Okay, so I feel they're also coming out of stagnation. Yeah, this is someone making a judgment, a decision. See, healing. This is healing, releasing anything that no longer serves. It's someone release and getting ready for new. So this is a beautiful energy here. Yeah, this is an energy of someone building a foundation, coming in right, committing. One of these people will never commit. Okay, they'll never commit. And then you have somebody who will. Yeah, someone who's confident about what it is they want. They know you're right for them. Okay, they want harmony, balance. And this is someone who also understands how to have a healthy relationship. So this is where the stars are lining up. The time is right. Things are in alignment. You're more in alignment with someone's lifestyle, the way they live their day-to-day life, than you are with the other person. And this is the thing. So even if they're the ones moving on, you're probably more in alignment with them. But whoever they are, like I say, they're confident, they're strong, they're stable. This is someone who wants a partner. It's just someone who feels like home. It has to do with home. It has to do with stability. See, this is energy of two people who are just right for each other. There's an attraction, there's a spark, passionate beginning. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you know who both of these are because of the moon. One of these people, it was very confusing. There was a lot of secrets. Okay? Yeah. They know you're single. But even the other person, the energy is somewhat similar. So, like I say, this is energy of somebody holding a torch, going deep into their feelings. And it's an energy of sometimes, too, is of that somebody having that revelation. It has to do with why. Okay? Yeah, it's an energy of making that choice. Yeah, see, this is where no longer repeating mistakes of the past. Somebody who keeps doing the same thing over and over again with the same results. So this is about getting caught up in that with someone. Okay, that's the person getting caught up in it, doing the same thing over and over. And I feel like you know. And I feel something will probably feel a little off, but I feel like you've released them. So you're not repeating mistakes of the past. You're finished with this. But you do have someone here, I feel, that can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, I feel they're around you. Yeah, could be somebody new, like I say, maybe a little crush or... but it has to do with change, where you can probably feel this coming. Yeah. Some of you might be changing your look. Could be this person. But look at the sun is shining. See, the stars are aligned. There's a lot of happiness and joy. Looks like you have someone new. See, this is breaking free from getting caught up in that trap with someone who keeps coming back around and then ignoring you, rejecting you. Okay? Yeah. The other person, to be honest, I mean, they could be new, but it just could be, maybe there's someone here you can't stop thinking about. They can't stop thinking about you. Because I do see the passionate beginning. I see a spark. I see an attraction, a physical attraction. Yeah, it's an energy of someone communicating, but some of you have multiple opportunities. It's often things happening very quickly. Okay, so it's telling you to just stay balanced here. Yeah, you got some choices to make, multiple opportunities, but one of these is just not meant to be. They're not right for you. Okay? And somebody here who is. And I feel it's the person who wants a partner, a real partner. And they know how to deal with relationships. It's two people come together, they build each other up, not tear each other down by rejecting them, pushing them away, ignoring them. You see, that's what it's all about. I feel like you just got bored of someone here. Yeah, I can see that too. Opportunities. Say, talk to the hand to someone. Thanks, but no thanks. Not interested. Why? Because you have someone new. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the person coming towards you has that going on, because it has to do with them breaking a cycle. See, breaking free from a cycle, a habit, a pattern, or just something that's been on and off. So the Queen of Wands is someone who's very confident, very strong, very capable. So, but there's an attraction here. So this is how somebody sees you, as a strong, confident partner, someone who's capable, someone who knows their own mind too. Strong mind, strong will, a lot of willpower. So pretty interesting, very powerful actually. Yeah, see, walking away. Some of you have walked away. You're ready for something new. It wasn't emotionally fulfilling. So this is getting ready for new. I love this because it's an energy of just going through that process of completion, sort of thinking about things, taking a pause, looking at things from a different perspective. Well, I feel there is someone new checking you out here. But it has to do with harmony and balance, someone who's just right. It has to do with someone who plays fair. Someone who's fair, okay? Where some of you have had somebody who wasn't fair, they didn't treat you right. You may have, may have been something on and off. This is often those people that do that. They wait for you to heal. They wait for you to heal, and then they try to come back in. I would be a little bit careful of one of these people. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Who is this person? Who is somebody that you were waiting for? See, while you're waiting, I feel this is someone who you're looking elsewhere. It's somebody who kind of waits to see if a situation comes to fruition and then starts looking elsewhere. Yeah, this is what's happening. Yeah, you've got someone else here. Yeah, some of you are now focused on someone else. See, someone who's also confident, strong, capable. Now, they don't have to be those signs, but it's a person who's bold. They're not afraid to take a leap of faith. So this is, I feel like you were waiting for somebody, and now you're closing that door because you've got somebody new, somebody who's confident, strong, capable. Yeah. Also, strong mind, strong will. Look at that. So this person's taken the lead. You have a person here. It's an emperor too. They both could be emperors with this energy, but it has to do with someone who takes the lead. Yeah. Somebody who's just kind of swooping in out of the blue. See, it happens quite suddenly. Maybe they've been checking you out. But I feel with the Hangman, taking a pause, looking at this from a different perspective. Somebody here likes what they see. Yeah, it's somebody who has a whole different perspective too, but yeah, very, very nice. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles energy here. This is someone who sees somebody as marriage material, but when the Queen of Pentacles comes in like this for myself, this has to do with kind of grounding yourself, kind of visualizing who you see yourself with. I feel like you do not see yourself with one of these people, because I feel like you've gone through change yourself. You've kind of gone through change here, you see. This is yourself changing, and where you thought you wanted to be, now you no longer want to be there. But the interesting thing is you did have a connection, a strong bond with this one person. But I feel this, like I say, I feel this is someone who just kind of keeps doing the same thing over. But the interesting thing is this other person who is coming in. So let's have another look about the new person. The person who's checking you out. This could be a place, the timing, where you're just in the right place at the right time. Someone checking you out here. Oh yeah, they're seeing an Empress. You have an Emperor and Empress coming together. Yeah, this is what this person sees. They're checking you out. They're seeing an Empress. So very, very nice. Someone who's stable, sensible, very grounded, often very gracious. Yeah, somebody more compatible. You may have things in common with this person, but it's an energy of acknowledging all these things, taking a pause and acknowledging the things you have in common. But I feel it has to do with going down this path. It has to do with somebody who is a commitment person, somebody who commits. But one of these people, I feel, is a non-committal person, and they'll likely just do the same thing. So I feel like you're healed, you've released this, you're closing the door. Yeah, you got the new crush, longing for love. Yeah, this is somebody here who's going to show you that they like you by doing nice things. Yeah, so it's a new crush. It's nice, but it's very sweet. It's innocent as well. Yeah, see, there it is. Life path choice, choosing the one. Somebody is looking at you. They're making this choice as well, but you're going down this path. So two people are basically come apart, gone their separate ways. You're going down this path with this person. Very nice. This is two people coming together. Yeah, you see, this is what happens. Release, closing the door. Two people coming apart, two people coming together. They are stable. I feel like you're just going to be at the right place and the right time. I feel the timing is right. The stars are aligned. So you and this person are aligned. See, you're aligned with this person. The time is right, and the time is now to act too. So basically is get out of your head. Whoever it is, it has to do with the masculine, taking the lead, an emperor, okay? So some of you definitely have cut someone out, but I feel like you've been doing a lot of thinking here about whether someone's right for you or not, or whether you see a future, because I feel like you're seeing the bigger picture. I feel like you get and you understand that this is someone who keeps doing the same thing. So, it's also an energy of yourself, okay? Taking control, of your own life here too. But the Chariot's telling me someone with a strong mind, strong will is now moving away from someone because they're now focused on someone else. Yeah, see again. Thanks but no thanks, no longer interested. See, you've changed your focus. You're no longer focused on this person. You're focused on someone else, and they're focused on you. Yeah, tempering the passions though. Very mature energy. tempered, but this is somebody getting ready, someone who's ready. They've gone through this healing. They're kind of pulling back, looking at things different, checking things out. They're looking at it. They're tempering their passions, their thoughts. They're just very calm. Yeah, very nice. I feel there's someone here who's just right for you. I feel there's going to be chemistry. There's alignment. You're going to be, and I feel like you're both very attracted to each other. And there's that spark, that passionate new beginning. So very nice. I'm going to pull out a couple more cards and wrap this up. Yeah, so it's up to you. A lot of this is yourself, your own free mind, free will to make this decision. Okay, because if this other person is thinking of coming back around, whether they do or not's another thing, or you were just waiting for them. They may just focus on work and other things. They're not really focused on you. And then you have this other person. We have a King and Queen of Wands showing up and the King and Queen of Pentacles. So, interesting. It's maybe how you perceive yourself with one person and how you perceive yourself with the other. But one thing about the Empress and the Emperor are the full package. They're all these things. Okay? So tell me about Temperance. Choices, yeah, making a choice. Some of you have choices, two paths, two ways to go. Queen of Swords. So I do feel like you're going to cut someone out. You have to make a decision. You're going to be wise. You're going to be logical. And you're going to be fair. Okay? In your assessment and your decision. I feel some of you have already made the decision with this other person. This new. Okay? But it's, like I say, it's hard to say. Like I say, free mind, free will. Okay? Making up your own mind. Don't let, it's you making up your own mind for you. It's nobody else. So, but I do think it's a no longer focused on this person, moving on, focused on someone new. Yeah, so there is something of significance here. Yeah, see, this is something significant. It's a key. Very nice. You have and the interesting thing is you're moving on from someone who has a pattern, a habit, the way they conduct themselves. Okay? Someone is breaking free from that. But the interesting thing is this key comes with the Eight of Swords energy. So this is telling me somebody here can't stop thinking about you. And it's more than likely why I feel like you're moving on and closing the door. Yeah, but you know, to me it tells me there's something of a significance here. Yeah, it's an opportunity. I see a woman, some sort of communication, something here of significance. There's something that is significantly different between these two people. Okay, so now this could be somebody else. I see a message, a communication, someone looking at the details of this. It has to do with whether something is reliable. Yeah, King of Wands, clouds, or something's. See, this is an energy of clearing things up, clearing things out. It's time for movement. You have movement. Someone's about to make a move. This is somebody who's going to make that move. See, they're coming in to take control of this situation. They're going to just kind of swoop in out of the blue. And I see clarity. See, this is the dust settling, moving out. This is someone coming out of stagnation. Not just you, but the other person. See, they're clearing things out too. So if it isn't yourself, it's this person. Okay, so like I say, I feel there's a situation coming to fruition. Yeah, we got the Bear. Someone's stable, reliable. So this is interesting. This is someone who sees you as a good catch. They're also a very good catch. But you can see in this one, the fish has gotten away. So this is why I feel like you have a person who comes in, it's catch and release. That's the person I feel that could come back around, that keeps doing the same thing. Okay, they like the chase, but then when it comes to committing, it's release. And I feel like you're releasing someone for someone. I feel they're both good catches, but I feel as far as financial and stable, they're both stable. But one of these people I feel is just, yeah, loyal. Yeah, loyal. One of them is loyal and faithful. The other one isn't. That's the difference. 10 of Cups. Somebody who's emotionally fulfilled, happy. They'll put all their cups on the table. Very nice. Yeah, this person's going to make a move. They are a little cautious, a little careful what they wish for, but there it is. This is the Rider. So there's a message coming in here. Here it comes. I'm telling you, you're going to be looking at this. Very nice. I'm going to grab. So tell me about this Rider. Tell me about the Rider. What do we need to know? So, oh, it's a soulmate. You got a soulmate coming in here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, somebody of your soul family, possibly. Maybe they travel in the same social circle, but they're family oriented. Okay? So they're part of that soul family, your social circle. Or they're just very family oriented. Or someone who wants family. Yeah. Tell me what else you need to know. Actually, well, let's do the Emperor. Oops, that's not the Emperor. There it is. Have a look at this Emperor. Yeah, passion. Yeah, this is there's chemistry, passionate feeling. This person's definitely, they want something. They're attracted. They want to get something going here. This is someone making a choice. Very nice. And I'm going to pull out. Where did that deck go? Okay, I'll pull one more of these out. Now tell me more about this soul family, these people. This woman actually could be somebody in that social circle, some sort of communication. So I feel there's a need for some patience, but it's somebody getting ready, patiently waiting, getting something ready. It has to do with the key. And the key has to do with this communication. There's a message of significance coming in. Okay? And it's going to clear something up. The sky's clearing. There's movement. It has to do with this person making a move. Yeah, I feel this is an energy, and it could be just a loyal friend, but it has to do with one of these people is a loyal person. Okay? It could be a lot of people talking about this. Again, like I say, the family card is also soul family, friends, people who feel like family, feel like home. So that's a nice energy. Yeah, it could be a blonde female. Somebody with lighter hair that's kind of laid back. Yeah, so somebody in that energy. Yeah, there's some sort of gift coming in. There's some sort of gift. Someone could be giving someone advice here too, to make a move. So I see surprises, presents, openings, something opening up. So this is a blonde female. Now this could be somebody who contacts you, communicates with you. There's a start of something. And it could be matchmaking. Often there's people who try to connect to people, but like I say, it's people who feel like family, soul family. Yeah, I see friendship, and I definitely can tell you this person that's coming towards you, they want more than friendship. I can tell you that right now. So this is a friend, acquaintance, or someone in that social circle. Okay? So pretty interesting energy. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're coming forward, this person, and they want more than friendship. But I see friends. I see this person. I don't know if they're the ones giving this person maybe some advice to get a move on, to light a fire under it. But look at the soulmate. This is the soulmate connection. This person could be kind of spiritual, whoever they are, but it is a friend, or a friend of a friend, or acquaintance, like it says. But there's networking, talking about this. They're talking about you. Yeah, there's gossip. Just grapevine, neighbors, small talk kind of stuff here. Yeah, twin flame energy. Ooh. Somebody here, as I say, somebody's kind of spiritual here, I feel. See, it's just something that's meant to be. It's writing in the stars. Things are aligning up. The stars are aligning. So I find this really interesting. Twin flame energy, spiritual alignment. Yeah, something karmic here. This is beautiful. Yeah, you got somebody here reaching out, hoping you reciprocate. See that it's mutual, that you feel the same. Somebody may be telling somebody that you feel the same. Do you have somebody you've been telling this to, or saying this to, who may be reaching out to someone else and telling? There's matchmaking going on here. Oh, yep, spiritual journey. Someone is on a spiritual journey here. Ooh, look at that. There's that house, home, a reason to celebrate. Some very positive energy. Yeah, friends and family. There's going to be a gathering. There is going to be a gathering. There's going to be some sort of invitation. This is where I feel like you shut that door on the past and you move forward. This is a group of people, I feel. Now, they're either you already know them well, they're friends, or they're acquaintance, and you know this other person who's coming towards you, I feel, through them. So these people really approve of this. And I do feel these people are positive. They're like your soul family. This is a group of people you can really fit in with, I feel. See, this is, they're talking, seeing someone very gracious, very kind, very grounded. Yeah, very nice. Someone who's kind and generous. Yeah, Queen of Cups, historic, good news. They're saying good things. So there's good news coming in about this. This is nice. This is nice. Oh yeah, bouquet. You may get some flowers. See, somebody wants to know where someone lives or their address. They want to bring you flowers, and it could be someone giving this person advice. Send her some flowers. Say something. You see? So it's a friend of a friend, or this person, these acquaintances. This is really nice. This person's thinking passionate thoughts here. I kid you not. They're in a hurry. So, maybe it's them who's ended a situation, coming out of stagnation, being single. I don't think you're going to be single much longer either, though. I mean, this is mutual energies here. So very nice. Stay positive, okay? But do free mind, free will. Make your own choice and decision when it comes to this if you've got two people, okay? One that keeps coming in and doing the same thing over and over again, okay? Yeah. But as far, like I feel this cycle's finished. Like things are starting to go in your favor. Like I feel you've got somebody sending you flowers. They want to know where you live. They're talking to someone. They're trying to find something out about you. I feel it's more about, like they say good things. It's good news. The start of something new. There's something about new house, new home, maybe. Yeah, we have the Empress. See, this is all very, very, very nice things being said here. Yeah, I feel like this is two people trying to connect two people. The Lovers, see, checking things out, taking a pause, looking at things from different perspectives, different points of view. Yeah, it has to do with taking a leap of faith. See, someone's leaving that single life behind and going down this path. You know, there's a limitless possibilities with this. Lots of opportunity, lots of possibility, a lot of fantasizing, romanticizing here. Flowers, you see, something more romantic. Oh my. You know, I feel like you got someone who wants to wine and dine you a little, but like I say, they're not quite ready to make a move. Feel there's just a lot of talk, advice. So take care. Wish you the very best, and we'll see you soon.